I just do my work. That's it. If a manager tells me to do something that's in the scope of my work, and he wants to be a dick about it though, it's in the scope of my work. So, but you know, like, it depends on the context. As long as it's not like super disrespectful. I mean, the whole sorry thing probably crossed the line there. I would have been like, yo, hold on. Just stop. Like, something ain't right. Like, you're not gonna, you're not gonna tell me that shit. My boss can tell me, like, if he comes by me and he says, can you get the fucking, like, I'm just using an example, he's never said this, but my boss was like, can you get the fucking salmon in the thing, please? I mean, can you get the fucking salmon in the oven? You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's upset with someone else, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't know, man, when it comes to this restaurant business, man, it's fucking weird, bro. There's shit you just gotta take. And I'm not saying be delusional, because I'm not delusional about it. It's just, sometimes, like, I come into work, and I'm upset, and it shows. It's like, it spews out of your fucking, because you don't even have time. Like, when you work in a restaurant, you're there so much, and, like, you're literally going through so much. Can't get too involved in emotion, man. Michelle's mom used to work for this guy who was a real dickhead. And she said it too, it was a real dickhead. And she just noticed that he was never going to stop being a dickhead. So even the pay was great, but she couldn't do it anymore, so she just left. You know, but she wasn't like, she just like, alright, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm just not going to offer my services to this, you know what I'm saying? She gave her 2 weeks. And just bounced. You know, but you don't want to like get too upset, or like, you could report her. I think you should bring it up. I think it's worth, you know. If somebody told me that, I'd be like, hey, you know, should I be questioning my, you know, my employment here? You know, should I be worried? You know, because, you know, she said that I should be sorry. You know, and like, if I should be sorry, you know, let me know, because, you know, I need a job. That's what I would say. Something like that. It's like, she's threatening my work here, you know. I was here till 2, I was here till 3, which is my shift. I stayed a little later, you know, and then I get threatened that my job isn't, you know. Like, what's going on? There's a lot of different approaches, but getting upset about it isn't the way. Like, initially, that's not. It's satisfying, man. Control. To win a battle without getting upset, without showing down. Like, it's satisfying, man. Capture all zones. Shit never ends, bro. There was this dude, like a few months ago. He had this habit of going over and leaving shit at my station. You think I think you feel unappreciated. I could tell. That's the problem. Because you're telling me that, like, the things that you did, and you weren't appreciated. And then I get it. You did like extra work. And you know what? It's never gonna be. If you do it, you know, for satisfaction, or, you know, if somebody telling you, oh, you know, good job.
Neutralized.
It's you're setting yourself up for failure because not everyone's gonna notice your good work.
We're short on time. Fight like you mean
And a
it.
good manager will, but you know you're never ever gonna work. You're not always gonna work for a good manager.
Testing Alpha.
They're actually kind of fucking rare. Most of them are dicks.
Mine out. Neutralized.
We're almost out of lives. Down.
More of my phone. Oh, I'm playing the wrong fucking mode.
Mission compromised. Try again.
Damn.
Recon down.
No, I know. And you know what? It's not unbelievable though.
Hostile forces from taking our
That's a
zones.
normal thing, man. Get used to it.
Hostile UAV circling.
That's a normal thing in a restaurant.
Hostile TAC deploy beacon online.
I don't worry about any of that shit. Oh shit, what the hell?
Mission testing Alpha. Mercs are
When
taking
people act
Alpha.
funny
Enemy
like that,
CUAV
or
established
say something
above.
stupid, you just call it out right on the spot.
Enemy TAC deploy beacon destroyed.
You should have called it out.
They've taken A. Hostile attack chopper inbound.
Enemy patrol.
Enemy UAV above.
Battery removed.
Merc forces are capturing B.
Yeah.
Mine going down.
Firing sensor dart.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Should definitely bring it up.
Enemy RCXD in your AO. Losing B. Enemy lightning strike radar detected. Hostile lightning strike incoming.
You should definitely bring it up to your boss. And it was your boss, one of your other bosses that said it, right?
Enemy has
Who is
Bravo.
this chick?
Hostiles have overrun all zones. This isn't
Anyways,
true.
it doesn't matter who
Step
it is.
up.
It could have been anyone. It doesn't honestly didn't matter. The point is, it's wrong. The head boss. Okay, so ask her.
Take all
Don't
enemy
report her.
zones.
Oh wait, but it's corporate, right? Yeah, it's corporate. Okay, so yeah, there is somebody that you
Enemy
can talk to.
UAV above.
But nah, the best way is to go blunt, like just be straight up. I'm like, you know, like head boss or not, she has no
UAVs
power.
operating.
You have the upper hand here.
Capturing B.
You might not feel like you have the upper hand because she's your boss, but she's a human
Enemy
being,
CUAV established above.
and some people forget that they think they're a 30 figure up and mistreat people and say stupid shit like that. Because that's not, you know, even if I'm doing a bad job, like if you feel that way, that's not how you talk to somebody anyway. You just don't.
Capturing multiple zones.
Established UAV above.
What?
Hostile scouts neutralized.
Enemies contesting Alpha. Hostiles contesting Bravo. They're low on lives. You know what to do.
You're looking for a reason?
Taking multiple zones.
Yeah, you work for a moron then.
Enemies contesting Bravo.
That's just stupid. Unless you're overthinking
We're
it,
almost out of lives.
keep looking for a reason, like, that's just too
Enemy
obsessive, man.
RCXD in your AO.
And like, go do something, you know? Go check tables. You know, go make sure the food's right. Like, you're wasting time looking for me to do something wrong. Or to say something wrong, like, get out of here. At that point, I'll just shut up and I'll just do my job, that's it. Communication is luxury, man. Communication, all that shit, and like, working together and working right, it's a luxury. But everybody's gonna want it.
Hostiles contesting A.
If they prefer that you come in
Capturing A.
and you just do your job,
Enemy UAV above.
then fuck it, and just do it.
They're out
But
of
just-
lives. Proceed on mission.
Don't lose your job over everybody's shit,
We're
you know?
capturing Alpha.
Unless you don't want to work there. There you go. Then you're good.
Enemy details
Don't
down
report
to
it.
one. Finish this.
Don't even worry about that shit.
Alpha locked down. Black Ops control all zones.
Still have a job,
We're going round again.
and she's still a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's hard to relate because I don't really work for shitty bosses. I love my bosses.
Defend all zones.
I have a good relationship with my bosses.
Hostile TAC deploy beacon online.
I didn't have to. Those are my that kind of shit that you're saying. I didn't have. I had to deal with that when I was when I was a teenager, when I was working for Dunkin' Donuts and shit like that. Dunkin' Donuts and Boston Market, you know, stupid shit like that. But I feel like I'm too old for that shit now. Like I'm just, I don't know.
We're defending Alpha.
I've developed a backbone to put a stop to it.
We're contesting Alpha.
Nobody threatens me. Nobody. I don't think anyone like. No, come on. But you know that. You know they can't retaliate. You're smart, man. Come on.
Losing Alpha.
It's called retaliation. It's literally called retaliation. It's illegal. It's literally called retaliation. After you make a report, you cannot get fired on making a report.
Enemy has Alpha.
If there's any cause, like, first of all, especially after you make a report, the person who made the report can't fire you. They lose. So your job is on hold. Like, you can't get fired
They're down to their
till
last lives.
after.
Take them out.
You know what I'm saying? Now, as long as your report is genuine, you know, you feel you're offended. You know what I'm saying? You know, you worked the shift, you thought you'd doing a great job, and then all of a sudden you get threatened to lose your job. You know,
Lives low.
That's-
Make them count.
that's some bullshit. You know, you have every right to report her. You know,
We're defending B.
if you find work, if you find it's hard to work there and you want to continue to work there, you know, work for somebody like that, you know, report her or just leave. I don't know.
We're contesting Bravo.
It seems like
Losing Bravo.
report her. I don't know. It depends on how
defending
strongly you
Bravo.
feel about it, man.
Merc forces are capturing
Shit
B.
like that, I like to deal with
Hostiles are out
myself.
of lives. Keep up the pressure.
But if you want somebody else to deal with it, you know,
No lives
because
left.
you're never gonna
Fight
know
to your
what
last.
it'll just be reported. That's it. That's all that happens. You never find out what happens.
Your canine unit
You know.
has been
Enemy
neutralized.
It
details
just
down to 1.
gets reported.
Finish this.
Especially if she's like a head boss, or like if she's like
You
the
took this
restaurant,
round, but we're not done
like
yet.
the store manager, like general manager. You know, because you haven't been there long. You know what I'm saying? So they'll consider, obviously, they're gonna consider your claim. But as far as her retaliating, no, I don't think she would
Capture all
retaliate.
zones.
I don't think she would dare, unless she's really stupid. You know? And if she does retaliate, yeah, okay. Then, honest, damn. I wish I was. I wish that would happen to me
Enemies
again.
contesting Alpha.
And
Mercer
like you could.
contesting B. All zones contested.
Oh shit!
Take
Hold on.
we're capturing multiple zones. Good job.
How am I still burned?
Mercer forces are contesting Alpha. We're taking A.
Go out. Juno, heal girl.
Your canine unit has been neutralized.
Alpha secure.
I mean, honestly, it's up to you. It depends on how, you know, but like, I would bring it up to her. I don't know. If my boss told me some shit like that, like, you know, if he threatened my job, you know, I would flat out like, hold on,
Hostiles contesting Bravo.
like what the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Sensor dart away.
Especially after working my shift, like you're not gonna fire me, or you're not gonna tell me that shit after working my shift. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be a little more respectful than that. But then again, your shift don't end until all your work is done.
UAV
And if there was
available for
dishes,
tasking.
your work wasn't done.
We're running low on lives.
Surveillance operations.
Enemy fire break.
UAV energy levels 50% depleted.
You can't have somebody who does their work based on the schedule. It just doesn't work.
Hostiles
Bad for
destroyed
business.
Your UAV.
It's toxic. You know? I'm telling you, man, you gotta think weird. When it comes to, you gotta think, like, if you really wanted to make it work,
Time's almost up.
you gotta think
Make
about
that
what they
push.
deal with.
Enemy control.
But then oh, shit.
Be advised, hostile attack deploy
Oh,
beacon.
yeah, it's non-stop dishes.
Enemies contesting Bravo. They're out of lives. Proceed on mission.
Dishes never stop, man. That's a dish pit. That's why it's a pit. You never get out. You never heard of that shit?
No more lives.
It's a dish pit.
That's a loss. Remaining assets return for debrief.
You make your home there. If you're finding it if you're having a hard time back there, yeah, I know. If you're having a hard time back there, it's because you guys aren't organized enough. If there's stress in the dish pit, it's because it's not organized. That's the real truth. Unless you letting the managers run the dish pit from the front. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's got to be taking control, so you guys can work in comfort. I don't know. I'm trying to analyze what could possibly be all the issues. But from what you're telling me, it's management's not on point about anything. So there you go. Everyone has their problems. You're not the only ones with problems there. I'm sure everyone else has problems. They're just different ones. Wait till Tuesday. You know, I honestly don't think like reporting here is not gonna make change anything. Like you don't want her to change. You don't want her to. You don't want. Honestly, it would be better just to bring it up. I don't know, but that's just me.
We're only as good as our intel.
I don't think you can do that, huh? You probably couldn't. Just bring it up to her. When I used to work at the cabin,
Control.
my boss one of my bosses there,
Take all enemy
he
zones.
was disrespectful to me. Like we were good. Like I noticed that he was getting, he was elevating it. Like he was getting a little too comfortable. With
Capturing A.
like obviously there's a certain line, but hold on. Yeah, but that's, you see, you don't want to, huh? Oh, about that? Yeah, so fucking, hold on.
We've taken out.
So, one time he cursed at me, you know what I'm saying? He cursed at me. And so, I was doing hors d'oeuvres. Like, I was doing, and I, hold on. I'm in the middle of the game, sorry. I was doing hors d'oeuvres and he fucking cursed at me, and I told him, hold on, don't curse at me. You know, I'm here for y'all. You know, like if I'm doing something wrong, there's a way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? We can, I was fresh at the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be making mistakes, every day. But
Threat destroyed.
I come in and I want to do better. But you're not gonna. This is not the kind of fucking relationship we're gonna have. It's not. That's not how it's gonna be. And he was like,
Enemies are
the next
contesting
day,
Zone B.
he was like, oh, yesterday that was an embarrassment. And mind you, like, nothing that happened was my fault. Like, it really wasn't. Like, the problem was I didn't take control. I allowed somebody who didn't know what was doing took control, and I got that, I got the shit end of the stick because I should have been in control, and I wasn't. And that never happened again.
Hostile UAV
But
circling.
and that's where my mentality stuck, really. I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We just got into this debate, me and this guy, and at the end of the thing, like, think about how we got there. You know what I'm saying? The real truth is that he's pissed. You know what I'm saying? And the party's fucked up.
This is it.
And
No
he
lives
reacted wrongfully. But I called him out on it. He apologized and shit, and he was like, you were right. I shouldn't have talked to you that way. But I feel like, sometimes I tell you something, I was like, I'm not trying to make excuses.
MCT is dry.
And I admit it. It's like I shouldn't have let that. I should have taken control because I'm smarter than that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Rest and regroup. We have to go again.
it's different. Like with food. You know what I'm saying? If I'm working with food, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? But after that, see, I made that a learning lesson. I made that a lesson. Like, I could have just quit. I could have just said fuck you and just quit and just be a dick. But I didn't though. I learned something from it. I learned one. Take control. You know what I'm saying? If there's a shit stain somewhere, fucking wipe it. Don't let somebody step on it.
Ruined down.
And then deal with the person that's pissed that they stepped on it.
We're contesting A. Med call. Hostile Hellstorm inbound.
That's just a way of putting it. But me and that guy, like we're still not, like we're good, but we're like You know, he never disrespected me after that. He never cursed at me again. You know, because I think he noticed though. He realized that I am there for him.
We're contesting
I am trying to do a job. You know, and he has no proof that I do
hostile attack
less
chopper inbound.
than less than that. He has no proof that I put very little effort into anything. You know,
Defending Alpha.
so all he couldn't say anything. I didn't let him continue being a dickhead. You know, you know. I stopped cooking. I was like, you know, I'm trying to do a job. You know, and you're cursing at me. I'm just not gonna have it. But he stopped cursing at me, and I did complete service, and we did talk about like the, you know, the thing. He was stressed because he had like, because here's another thing. I understand where he comes from because he's working 6 parties. You know what I'm saying? And he has somebody who doesn't give a shit, who doesn't pay attention. You know, and at the time I didn't know what was going on. Like I was fresh in the job. You know, I didn't come in and read contracts.
No more lives, no more chances.
I didn't go around and check everything. You know what I mean? I didn't.